Hello, Professor. This is Pratyusha Sama. I'm going to discuss about ICP8. As asked here, we're going to create a linear regression model in Python, using the data of my own choice. And we're going to find the best line in the data and calculate sum of square error and the mean square error. And we're going to find y-intercept and the slope for the relationship in data. Moving on to the code. So firstly, we are going to analyze the relationship between the Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Reach, which is like a social media analysis. I have created a new data set using my own data set, which is a social media analysis containing Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and its reach. So in this will be a linear regression model to predict the reach, like based on the predict variable Instagram. So initially we have imported all the libraries required, and then we started the visualization using the respective libraries, and then we imported the machine learning libraries as well. And then we started mounting the file from the local drive to the collab. As we can see, I have taken the social media analysis data set, which is created by my own, which is own data set. And then here we have mentioned information about the social media, like we have given the path of the file where we have the placed, and then we are displaying here the first five columns of the data set. As we can see, the columns Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and reach here, and the first 5 rows of the data here. And then we started printing the shape of the data here. As we can see, the output of the shape of the data here. And then we have grab the basic information of the data. As we can see here, column, and whether we have any non-null values in the count, and the data type here. We can see all the 4 data types at the float 64 data types. And then we have described the data set using the describe function, and we can see all the data here, data description here. And then we have checked for the null values, like whether the null values are present in the data or data set or not. So as we can see, there are no null values present in the data set for the each column. It's the Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, reach, and the data type. And then again we took the shape of the data, and we can see the output of the shape of the data here. Then we started plotting the dependent variables reach versus independent variables. As we can see here, each column has been plotted against the reach. All the 3 columns has been plotted against the reach, Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. And we can see all the 3 graphs here. So based on the graphs displayed above, we can say that Instagram has the more relationship with the reach, since it is in the linear shape. And then we have started doing the correlation analysis, where it ranges like between the -1 and +1, and it quantifies the direction and strength of the linear association with the 2 variables. So here I can see the Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and reach on the x and y axis, and its correlation or here with the graph with the values in the point to between the +1 and -1. So we can see that Instagram has the correlation, reach has a correlation of 0.9, and where the Facebook and WhatsApp respectively has around 0.7 and 0.3. This shows that more positive response towards the Instagram. And then we have pair plot the variables with the other variables. As we can see, the all the graphs of the Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp here, and the reach over the here. So we are going to plot a linear regression model using Instagram as feature and the reach as output here, like where X is considered as independent variable and Y is considered as dependent variable. Firstly, we have changed the X into the 2-dimensional matrix. We have used this equation here to change it to the 2-dimensional matrix. And then we started defining model using the linear regression, since it is a linear regression model. Then we have fit the model using the X and Y. Then we have printed the model intercept and the coefficient, which is slope. So we have printed the intercept and the slope, that is, which means we have calculated the intercept of the model and the slope of the model using the machine learning libraries. And then from the above, we can say that the model has reached this is the equation we can form from the above values. And then we started predicting the value of the y. Uh, then we started plotting regression line using the Instagram and reach. As we can see here, it is more linear. And then we uh, plotted the regression line for the Facebook and reach, and then WhatsApp and reach as well. Then we started calculating R square mean error and sum squared error. R squared is nothing but a statistical measure that represents the proportion of variance for the dependent that exactly explained by the independent variable. And we have calculated the R square of the model. As we can see here, it is around 78.7%, which means that Instagram has the more reach. Mean square error is nothing but the average square difference between the estimated values and the actual values, and the sum square error is the measure of the disparity between the data and the estimation model, such as linear expression. So here we have calculated the mean square error using the libraries, and then we printed the value of the mean square library using the library calculations, and we can see that mean square error is around 6.33. And then we have calculated the sum square error and mean square error using library. So here we have used the numpy libraries, where we have used the square and subtract functions of the numpy libraries. Using that, we have calculated the SSE, and then we have printed the sum squared error and the mean square error here, where we can see that mean square error is around 1267.5847, and the sum squared error is around 6.33%. And we can see that here and here we are getting the same sum square mean square error, which is thank you, professor.